And welcome back to, I believe this is part 10. What if Sakura Haruno was actually Sakura Senju? What if she was a Senju? Now, should note, we did give her the wood release because you can't just make it, because really that's all you're saying is what if she was Tsunade, which she ended up becoming anyway. She had the super strength, the healing capabilities, all the medical ninjas, she basically became Tsunade. She just would have had a better chakra reserve. So we gave her the wood release. So where we last ended up, we had the Gar retrieval arc. Now, where we start off is with, also it should be noted, Kakashi is still relatively fine. He did not have to use more than one blast of his manga heal, and I believe they were even able to take out Dedera. Dedera and Sasuke are actually both dead. So that is a big issue on this one. Or a big difference in this one. So where we last left off is them going back to the village. Now, again, Kakashi's actually fine. Just need a little rest. He's good to go. You'll have Tsunade have that conversation with the advisors. It's like, no, Naruto, it's not supposed to leave. Yep, I'm putting all my faith on him. It's like, very well, Tsunade, but we're assigning a route member to Team 7. It's like, no, well, you can't do that because to keep an eye on him. It's like, no, you can't do that because Team 7 is a complete team. You can't do that. It's like, but it's like, we have rights to when, we're going to do that. So they arrange it that they can have Sai on the team thanks to Danzo's interference because Danzo's a prick. And Kakashi, they're talking about, the mission to go and to confront Orochimaru. Now this one's interesting because I played it out in one way in the initial one. I'm playing it out a different way in this version. We are going to have Sakura on the team. Kakashi's going to go. And Tenzo's going to go because he can do the wood release, which is a good transformation. And Sai's going to go. But not Sasuke and Naruto. Why is that? Well, Naruto, they're not going to send out because, he's already just been on a mission. I'm sure he would like to go on another mission, but being the Jinchuriki and everything along those lines, you do need to keep him at least in check. You can't just have him always go willy-nilly, but you can't keep him contained either. So you got to make a compromise. So they agree that Naruto will stay there because Sasuke's staying too, and Sasuke's staying because he's got the Sharingan. Orochimaru wants to be inside Sasuke. That came out wrong, but that's exactly what he wanted to do. He wanted to take over his body. So that statement is actually completely correct. He wanted to be inside Sasuke. Remember that statement, kids. So they're going to go. So more or less Naruto's just going to be chilling around the village for a little bit, getting some training. And him and Sasuke will definitely get some training done. Absolutely. They can actually train, and actually they can get a legitimate spar against each other going. Spar against each other. It's like, we'll meet you at Training Ground 7, Training Ground 7. Then Naruto bumps into, Kiba and Shino and bumps into Hinata. It's like, oh, hi, Hinata. It's like, Naruto coming in. And then passes out like she does. Because this Hinata, there's something that's changed about this Hinata. Now, that being said, I believe Haku also is around too. He's back from mission, and he's there with Ino because him and Ino, I think after 3 years, are a thing at this point. And I think they'd actually, Ino and Haku, I honestly think would have made a pretty nice couple had they, actually the Haku lived. But they're just like, oh, Ino, no, Haku. It's like, oh, how you doing? And then Ino's like, oh wait, you two together? It's like, well, as a matter of fact, I got the best man in all the village. It's like, well, Haku's just kind of more modest. Like, oh, well, we are seeing each other, and I love Ino very much. It's like, and then he's like, squeezing his arm and all that stuff. It's like, then Choji and Shikamaru there, and Sasuke is doing his own thing. Sai obviously, tries to attack them to get their attention, and Choji just smashes through there. Haku's using his Senbone, which, granted, keep in mind, they showed up after the fact. In this case, they showed up during the fact. Naruto comes in and he clashes with Sai. Now, granted, Naruto is certainly stronger than he was his initial canon counterpart, but I still think he's pretty hot-headed. And, he can get people can get on her skin relatively easy. So she's like, are you a girl? So you're pretty weak. Are you a girl? However, he's also stronger for a reason. He's a bit more deceptive. And, he appears right behind him with another kunai. He's like, and then Sai realizes, shadow clone jutsu. Huh. And then, Shikamaru grabs him, but he gets out of there with the ink. Was that an ink clone? Is that how he got out? Was it the fact that he was using an ink clone? I can't remember. But anyway, it's like, that was weird. But anyway, he shows up. And then Sai shows up with Sakura, Tenzo, and Kakashi. And he realizes Naruto's not on the team. He's like, may I ask, this is Team 7. Why is Sasuke, Uchiha, and Naruto Uzumaki not part of this team? Because we're going after one of Orochimaru's henchmen. It's very possible that he may not be. It's very possible Orochimaru himself may be showing up. So we can't afford to have Sasuke. We can't risk Sasuke. We can't risk him. And Naruto also, due to certain status requirements, needs to be in the village for a little bit longer. He can't go on this mission. And Sai does know about the Nine-Tailed Fox because Danzo would tell him. So, he's just like, but he obviously is smart enough to open his mouth. So he's like, very well then. He reports to Danzo. Danzo's definitely not happy about this. Like that clever. She knew that. I just lost my train of thought. Where Danzo was, she's like, she knew that we wouldn't need either of them on the team. So very well then. Just keep your eyes out. Keep your eyes out on the Haruno girl, or should I say the Senju girl as well. She may be of value also, which that'd be true. Sakura being an actual legitimate Senju and having the bloodline would release, even though Danzo technically has a pseudo version of it inside of him. But having actual legitimate DNA in him as well, like taking her DNA and adding it onto his so he could have a better control of would release Hashirama cells or would release cells, would be very advantageous. So if he can get an opportunity to do so, he would. So keeping an eye on Sakura would be pretty good too. Meanwhile, they go out. And really, that whole scenario is going to go down roughly the same, minus the fact there's no Naruto to go berserk four-tailed mode. So Kakashi and Tenzo would try to keep Orochimaru at bay. Honestly, they'd be at a lot more risk of doing that than having Naruto there, because Naruto was able to distract Orochimaru the whole time. And Kabuto got his ass handed to him. Without Naruto actually there to distract him, it's actually two competent and one Sannin level ninja there, and a Jonin and a Sannin level ninja there, who aren't going to be easy to take down. But I imagine Sakura would be keeping an eye on Kabuto, keeping him at bay, whereas Tenzo and Kakashi would be focusing on Orochimaru. And Sai does his Sai thing. He goes to Orochimaru, gives him the plans. Ultimately, Orochimaru does get away. I think with teamwork, they could actually keep Orochimaru at bay, because Kakashi and Tenzo were pretty strong, even though Tenzo was kind of a waste of a character when you really think about it. In fact, whatever happened to him? I just realized he did get out of the Ultimate Tsukuyomi. Whatever happened to Tenzo? Or Yamato, as he's also known as. Whatever happened to him? I legitimately don't know what happened to him. You know what? Give me a second. That just occurred to me. What happened to Yamato? Yamato. Okay, Yamato. Naruto. What happened to him? And where was he in Boruto? I mean, I don't watch Boruto or anything like that. But what happened to him? I know he didn't die at the end of Naruto. Let's see here. Yamato. All right. Where are you? Where's your history here? Abilities. Yeah, we know that. Okay, part 2. Yeah. We get that. Three Tails appears. Faded. Blah 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 blah. Get me to the Boruto stuff. What? Whoa. Fourth Shinobi War countdown. Oh, nope. Blank period. New era. Oh, Sarada Uchiha. Okay. Yamato was mentioned by Kakashi during his phone discussion with Naruto regarding the message sent by one of the Sasuke's Has. Now he will send Yamato to okay, so Yamato is still doing his thing. He's still a member of the Anbu and stuff like that. Okay, so he's just there. Uh, okay, so he's just there. I like the fact, though, that he's barely there because he was kind of barely there in the series. Anyway, it's like poignant. So, anyway, they go back. They tell how the mission was a fail. It was a bust. It was a failure. Now, meanwhile, it happening simultaneously with that, Sasuke and Naruto have their long-awaited rematch after getting back. And oh, wait, my fist is gonna glow again. Give me a second. Iron Fist. Oh, darn it. It's not glowing as well. I can't. Darn it. Oh, wait, there it is. There. Now I am the immortal Iron Fist. Anyway. I digress. So Sasuke and Naruto would have a long-awaited rematch. And, Sasuke and Naruto would first start off with a spar. Now, remember, with his Ultra Instinct, Naruto is actually ultimately the better fighter between the two of them. Without it, Naruto is still very skilled, but Sasuke is the better fighter between the two of them. So they'd start out with some light sparring. Naruto would use a wind release. Sasuke would counter with a fire release. Big Inferno Fireball. And then Naruto, he creates a tornado fist, which actually starts to suck in the fire, to which he now has a flaming fire fist, creates a Rasengan, and which then absorbs the fire, and then you basically get the little mini sun, and he just fires it at Sasuke, which is boom! Sasuke then comes in with a Sharingan activated, Naruto activates his Ultra Instinct, and then they can go toe-to-toe. Sasuke can predict Naruto's movements to a degree, but again, you have Naruto who's been training with this self-made technique his whole life now. He can basically keep up with Sasuke, and Sasuke can basically keep up with Naruto. So it's kind of like what happened with Goku and Jiren in the final, when he had mastered Ultra Instinct, when Jiren went all out. It's like they could keep up with each other, but Goku still had the mastered Ultra Instinct going on, so he could react properly as opposed to Sasuke. So just, they were going back and forth, and at this point, a couple ninja who were like Team 7, not Team 7, Team 11, that was, that's Team 10. No, Team 10 is Guy's team. Team 9 is, Team 9. Team 9 is Azuma's team. So, Team 9's there. They show up. And I think even though, I think they had a mission, didn't they? Team 8? I believe they had a mission. But I think you'd even get, Team Guy showing up. And again, a couple other people seeing this, really, balls in the wall fight. Naruto even throws a little Kyuubi chakra in there just for added measure. And then he kind of overtakes Sasuke, who quickly shows off that he actually stole Naruto's Shadow Clone Jutsu, but he knows he can't use it at mass effect. And they both, use some lightning technique to kind of, just ground Naruto there. Just, it's like, gotcha, Naruto. It's like, gotcha, Dweeb. It's like, yeah, you do. But which Dweeb? And then he puffs into smoke, and a bunch of other Naruto clones appears. Like, you may be able to use it, but I, it's like, or you can do the Will Smith line from Men in Black. It's like, Sasuke, you know what's the difference between you and me is? And then it's like, what's that? Puffs into smoke, and then boom, 12 dozen, or a dozen, or 3 dozen Naruto appears. Like, I'm like, this look good. And then just fires off wind release. So it's like crap. And then eventually one of the Jonin comes in and it's like, all right, I think you guys are, our guys like, that was a wonderful sparring match. Your youth is on fire. It's like, yeah, it is. It's like, good match, Dreeb. But next time I'm going to win. It's like, next time I'll win. Because neither of them won this round. It was a draw. Meanwhile, Sakura gets back. Explains the mission to him, and then the whole hit on killing Azuma thing that goes down the same. Naruto hears about this, the training more with wind release, so he does have his wind release, but he needs to train more with it, creating the wind Rasen Shuriken. Meanwhile, Sasuke's training a bit more with his Chidori, figuring out how to use the lightning, figuring out not the lightning blade, though he might be trying to learn that. I don't think he would, because he needs to cut through lightning. But, figuring out the Chidori, Senbon, or not Senbon, Spear? That was it, the Spear. The current, all that stuff. Sakura's help aiding him with training. I think, by the way, after so many years, Sakura and Sasuke are not a couple yet. But even Sasuke can admit he's found some qualities in Sakura quite admirable and even attractive in some ways. So, ultimately, yeah, things will progress naturally in that direction. Ugh, man. So, meanwhile, you'll have Sai spying on Naruto to some degree after he's come back to the village. But not understanding Naruto, like Naruto is like kind of a enigma to him. Like, what's going on with Naruto? It's like, why does he train so hard for his friends and all this stuff? Friends, I mean, Sai would start to think about his brother more or less, and how they were together, everything along those lines. So I do believe that Sai does start to have that change of heart. It just takes longer for him to do that. Then you cut over to basically them taking out Kakuzu. I might be getting the name wrong. I think it was Kakuzu. That goes down completely the same. Naruto wants to try out the Senju again. He does it, and he ultimately has to, he gets hurt and he knows he can't use it the way he wants to. Though he does realize when he uses just the standard Wind Rasengan that he can fire it. So he actually starts practicing in secret to use it with the Tornado Fist, and he does figure out that works. Plus, the Tornado Fist is allowing a consistent amount of air to be pumped in, or wind chakra to be pumped into the into the Rasen Shuriken. So ultimately, yeah, it's a good circumventation way to circumvent the technique. So, I mean, we're only at 16 minutes. I can probably go away to the Sasuke retrieval arc, which, again, in a scenario where Sasuke stayed in the village, Orochimaru needs a new body. And because Kimimara's gone, and because Sugetsu was there, I think they agreed to take Sugetsu's body. Because, they have his DNA to study. And he's available. And it's a good technique. So I do think he takes Sugetsu's body. I think Itachi does, send for Sasuke, and Sasuke gets in secret. But he gives the Naruto, like, no, he says, I gotta do this. Like, but we'll go with you. We can do it. It's like, I know we can do it, and I honestly, I want you there, but I have to take him on my own. I don't want you helping me unless it's absolutely needed. You gotta give me that, man. You gotta give me that. And I think Sasuke would even goes, not as my rival, as my friend. I want you to tell me. And that, I think, really is like Naruto's like, fine, all right. He's like, as your friend. And he does the fist. But we're still coming with you. He's like, that's expected. And they go to Tsunade to get the mission. It's Team 8 and Team 7. So Kakashi, Yamato, even Sai is there, Sakura, Hinata. They're all there. Sasuke goes to confront Itachi. Itachi says, no, meet me here. Kasame even stalls half the team, whereas Toby stalls the other half the team. I imagine it's the Team 7. Team 7 is stalled by Kasame. Actually, I imagine they're stalled by each other, honestly. Both of them. Toby and Kasame. It's like, come on, no, we're not here to really fight. We're just here to keep you from getting in the way. So, yeah, I know you're here to keep us from getting in the way, but you know what? We're not going to get in the way unless we have to. And he's like, yeah, because I gave a promise to Sasuke that unless we have to, I'm not getting involved. Unless I have to, I'm not getting involved. So the fight between Sasuke and Itachi literally goes exactly the same, except for the fact that Sasuke is a bit more trying to understand Itachi, because this is a Sasuke who hasn't been blinded by hate, who hasn't been influenced by Orochimaru's curse mark. He's a bit more level-headed, so therefore he's trying to understand Itachi more. And I think by the end of it, he does get the impression of what Sasuke was trying to get across. What Itachi really was trying to get across. He doesn't know the full story yet, but he does understand it to a certain level. He does understand it. And then, he implants the Sharingan, and he sees his brother die, so his Mangekyo would activate. Because I had to believe that's what activated his Mangekyo, seeing his brother die before him. Because that's essentially, it's got to be the trauma of loss of a loved one in front of you, someone you care deeply about, that activates it. And you would think that Obito would get in the way. It's like, it seems that they're done. Well, time to go. It's like, yeah, about that. Sorry. And then, poof. And then, what? And then he realizes, like, and then turns out Naruto did plant a clone on Sasuke who had transformed, and it was there. It's like, gotcha, buddy, and like, we're getting out of here. And he actually summons a because I would imagine Naruto would have a solid degree of control over summoning jutsu. Summons a toad, like a big toad, summons like Gamma, and they get out of there. It's like, Damn him. So ultimately he gets them out of there, and that's where we're actually going to leave it off right now. Them getting back from the Itachi missions, taking Itachi's body too. They do take Itachi's body with them because Naruto's actually there, seals them in the scroll, and they're on their own. And yes, that would actually mean this Sasuke does get an Eternal Mangekyo because they have Itachi's eyes on call to do the surgery. So ultimately, yeah, that's where we're going to leave it off. We're going to leave it off with how is the Akatsuki going to handle the fact that they're down to Dedora. They're down Hidan and Kakuzu, and Sasori. They only have Kisame, Obito, Pain, and Konan. They only have them left. They only do. So we're going to see where it goes. If you watched my last one, the scroll from Naruto took the scroll of sealing after Mizuki, you'll kind of get an idea where it ends up. But we'll wait for that. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. Ideas for who would win, Star Wars, Super Magic, what if, anything we'll do on the channel. Put that in the comments below. Let me know. I'll get to that at some point. I got a what if, who would win coming in a little while, so keep your eyes up for that. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.